Earlier this year, we got to see our beloved Kansas City Chiefs win Super Bowl 57. Harrison Butker nailed a game-sealing field goal to beat the Philadelphia Eagles and get us our third Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is the NFL championship. The NFL is one of the biggest sports leagues in the country, and it didn't just start that way. I, for one, am a huge NFL fan and love watching them every year, as I'm sure most of you are as well, considering the Chiefs are now top in the league, and it's very hard to avoid them. So I figured today I'm going to inform you on the history of the NFL and how our very own original owner had a key part in bringing what the NFL is today. So first I got to take you back to the late 1800s and early 1900s, where there were a bunch of leagues, but there wasn't any big top dog. So Jim Thorpe decided to create a league in 1920 that would go by the AFPA. It was started in Canton, Ohio, and started with 14 teams. The Akron Pros, the Canton Bulldogs, the Cleveland Indians, the Columbus Panhandlers, the Dayton Triangles, the Chicago Tigers, the Decker Staleys, the Racing Cardinals, the Rock Island Independents, the Hammond Pros, the Muncie Flyers, the Buffalo All-Americans, the Rochester Jeffersons, and the Detroit Heralds. As you probably just recognized, there's a bunch of cities that still have teams today that were from the original 14, and even the Racing Cardinals are now based in Arizona. According to Steve Fierro, author of the article History of the NFL from the 1890s to the present from 2018, but the NFL wasn't gaining fans as rapidly as it wanted, in no small part due to how localized the league was to the Northeast and Midwest. So, how did they solve this? Well, throughout the 1920s up to the 50s, new teams and playoffs were added to make the league more appealing to the country. Eventually, with the rise of the popularity of the NFL, it was destined that a rival league would emerge to challenge the NFL for the throne. So that brings us to the AFL. But first you got to understand the man who created the AFL, Lamar Hunt. Lamar Hunt was a Texas native who wanted to bring a team to Dallas, so he went to the NFL to get them to help him own a team in Dallas. He was shut down due to his age and due to the fact that they didn't believe there was a good fan base in Dallas. So he got together with 7 other owners who wanted to make teams and create their own league called the AFL. This league would have Lamar Hunt create his own team in Dallas named the Dallas Texans, who would later locate to Kansas City to be now known as the Kansas City Chiefs. This league had introduced so much that we have today, including cheerleaders, network TV for all the teams, and had a high offensive style that the league has today with passing happening all the time. According to Jared Levinson, author of the article Lamar Hunt, A Man with a Vision from 2022, since the AFL's inception, Hunt kept mentioning an interleague championship game so the public could see the two leagues compete. This game would be called the AFL-NFL World Championship game, and it would be the first ever Super Bowl. This game happened between the Green Bay Packers and our very own Kansas City Chiefs. He even apparently came up with the name of the Super Bowl. According to the same article, shortly before the January 15th, 1967 AFL-NFL World Championship game, Hunt blurted out, "When we get to the final game, the last game, the Super Bowl." Hunt later said he got the idea from a child's toy called the Super Ball. Eventually, after a couple years of this game, the two brands decided to merge, creating the NFL that we know today. This merger would end up being incredibly successful for the NFL, as they would become one of the most popular sports leagues in the country. The NFL is a lot bigger now compared to where it was. According to the editors of Encyclopedia Britannica, who made the article Britannica Academic National Football League NFL from 2023, the NFL and AFL completed a merger in 1970, creating a 26-team circuit under the name of the older NFL. Since then, the league has expanded 4 times, adding 6 new franchises. The league is now worth billions, and Super Bowl tickets are thousands of dollars more than what they once were. According to Harry Latham Coyle, author of the article How Much Did the First Super Bowl Cost from 2022, tickets for the inaugural Super Bowl were considerably cheaper, priced at an average around $12. Adjusted for inflation, that would now be about $100. That's only 2% for the price of a Super Bowl ticket today. Now, as we all know, the NFL is split between 2 divisions, the AFC and the NFC. The AFC is the old AFL with a few new teams, and the NFC is the old NFL with some new teams as well. You can even see on your Chiefs jersey where it has the AFC patch an LH representing the original owner of the AFL, Lamar Hunt. Hopefully, you now should have a better understanding of the history of the NFL. Thanks to our very own original owner of our Chiefs, we wouldn't have the league we have today. The NFL has gone from being a Midwest brand to being worldwide, being played in multiple countries. Even the Super Bowl, which was originally created by Lamar Hunt, is worldwide and brings in billions of viewers and dollars and is one of the biggest games in the country. We even now have the cheerleaders, offensive play styles that Lamar Hunt introduced with the AFL, and network TV for all the teams. The league is constantly adding new countries to play in and new cities for teams, and we keep seeing new leagues emerge to compete. Who knows what the NFL may look like in the next 100 years? Thank you for listening.